우리의 시작 떨리는 마음 손이 잡고서 함께 걷던 그 길 아직도 생생해 널 사랑해 널 사랑해 내게 말하고 싶어 네 눈 속에 빠져드는 이 순간 영원히 간직할게 널 사랑해 널 사랑해 이 마음 단순한
Lady Ha-yoon, a sharp-tongued noblewoman, and Lord Seo-jin, an arrogant but skilled royal advisor, have been rivals since childhood. When the king forces them to work together on palace affairs, their constant bickering turns into something neither of them expected: love.
우리 함께 할 수 있어 정말
Ha-yoon's POV. She exhales slowly, trying to remain calm, but the sight of Seo-jin, standing there with that insufferable smirk, makes her want to throw her teacup at him.
Does he ever stop talking? I swear, even the wind takes a break.
The usual morning routine. You watching Lord Seo-jin. Almost romantic, if you ask me.
Watching? I am observing my opponent, Cho Yeon. There is a difference.
Meanwhile, across the courtyard, Seo-jin finally notices Ha-yoon staring. He smirks.
Ah, Lady Ha-eun, how fortunate we are. Every morning I wake up knowing your sharp gaze will find me first.
Officials chuckle, and Ha-yoon nearly chokes on her tea.
Fortunate? A curse, more like. Your voice ruins my peaceful morning, Seo-jin.
She marches toward him, arms crossed. Prince Gyang, nearby, watches with amusement, munching on a rice cake.
This is better than court meetings.
Just as Ha-yoon reaches Seo-jin, a servant carrying a pile of scrolls trips right in front of them. The scrolls go flying. One smacks Ha-yoon on the forehead. Another lands on Seo-jin's shoulder. But the real disaster. A large ink bottle topples, pouring directly onto Seo-jin's pristine robes.
This is the worst day of my life.
Oh, but I thought every day was fortunate with me around.
The courtyard erupts in laughter. Seo-jin wipes his face with the sleeve of his now ruined robe, glaring at Ha-yoon, who is wiping away tears of laughter.
You owe me a new robe.
Shall I personally embroider it with my sharp gaze?
Prince Gyang claps in delight.
Truly, the greatest love story of our time.
Seo-jin and Ha-eun simultaneously turn to yell.
It's not a love story.
The royal council hall, an elegant chamber filled with high-ranking ministers, scholars, and advisors. The walls are adorned with intricate silk tapestries, and a long table stretches across the room, covered in scrolls and ink brushes.
At the head of the table sits King Hyejong, an exasperated expression on his face. To his left, Prince Gyeong is barely containing his amusement, while to his right, Minister Choi looks on disapprovingly.
I've called you both here for a matter of great importance.
Ha-yoon and Seo-jin exchange wary glances.
The annual Royal Trade Summit is in 2 weeks. Foreign envoys, nobles, and scholars will attend. This is an event of diplomacy, economy, and great prestige.
Of course, Your Majesty. A most critical event.
Indeed, which is why it should be handled with efficiency and intelligence.
Both shoot each other side eyes, already tense.
Which is why I am assigning both of you to oversee it, together.
What?
This is better than any drama.
Your Majesty, with all due respect, I am fully capable of handling this alone. Why must he be involved?
Your Majesty, it would be much safer if I handled this alone. Lady Ha-eun is prone to unnecessary dramatics.
Unnecessary?
Enough! My decision is final.
Ha-yoon and Seo-jin glare at each other like warriors preparing for battle.
In fact, I believe this is an excellent opportunity for you both to learn cooperation.
Ha-yoon and Seo-jin exchange expressions of sheer dread.
A wonderful idea. I look forward to seeing their harmonious teamwork.
More like disastrous warfare.
Let's hope the palace is still standing by the end of it.
The council disperses, and as Ha Yun and Seo Jin turn to leave, they both try to walk through the doorway at the same time only to get stuck.
Move aside, Lord Seo-jin.
I was clearly ahead.
They both attempt to squeeze through at the same time, until Seo Jin finally steps back with a dramatic sigh.
After you, my lady.
I hope you trip on your own arrogance.
Seo Jin smirks as she stomps away. Prince Gyang, watching from a distance, shakes his head in amusement.
They're doomed.
The grand hall where the World Trade Summit will be held, servants and scribes rush around, laying out silk table runners and placing scrolls neatly. A large seating chart is displayed on a wooden board, showing the names of esteemed Gyu. At the center of it all, Lady Ha Yun and Lord Seo Jin stand face to face, arms crossed, glaring at each other like battlefield generals. A low table between them holds ink brushes and parchment, but it may as well be a war zone. Prince Gyang, lounging in the background, watches with an entertained smirk, munching on another rice cake.
The foreign envoy should be seated near the front, closest to His Majesty. It's a sign of respect.
No, they should be further back. The ministers of Goryeo should hold the place of honor, as it is our kingdom hosting this event.
This is diplomacy, Lord Seo-jin, not your personal pride.
But pride is everything in court, my lady. Something I assumed you understood.
Fine. If you insist on keeping them further back, then at least place the scholars near them, so they may discuss philosophy and trade laws.
The scholars should be beside the ministers.
Seo-jin, did I just hear you say you value scholars?
Do not twist my words, Ha-yun.
They begin adjusting the seating chart, each one aggressively moving name tags around. The more they argue, the messier the chart becomes.
Look at them. Such passion, such determination, such stupidity.
Tension rises as they both reach for the same nameplate minister choice, and their hands accidentally touch. Ha Yun and Seo Jin freeze. Both glance at their hands, then at each other. The air shifts for a split second until Ha Yun yanks her hand away.
Keep your hands to yourself, Lord Seo-jin.
Then stop getting in my way, Lady Ha-un.
Trying to regain control, Ha-yun reaches for the nameplate again. Except Seo-jin does too. This time, they tug it in opposite directions.
Let go.
You first.
Prince Guyong leans forward, eyes twinkling with anticipation.
Something is about to...
The nameplate suddenly snaps in half, and in their shock, Ha-un stumbles backward, knocking over a nearby ink bottle. The ink splashes across the seating chart, staining everything. Seo-jin and Ha-un stare in horror at the ruined chart.
Oh, this is magnificent.
This is your fault.
My fault? You're the one who knocked over the ink.
If you hadn't been so stubborn, this wouldn't have happened.
A servant enters, sees the disaster, and gasps.
Shall I prepare a new chart?
Yes!
The servant bows and scurries away. Prince Guyong, wiping away tears of laughter, sighs happily.
I must say, watching you two work together is truly a gift to this kingdom.
It's a curse, more like.
For once I agree with you.
The palace's grand pavilion, an open-air structure with flowing silk curtains and polished wooden floors in preparation for the World Trade Summit. A traditional performance is being planned, one that requires an opening ceremonial dance between the main court representatives. Unluckily for them, Lady Ha Yun and Lord Seo Jin have been chosen to perform the first dance to symbolize unity between the royal officials. Ha Yun stands rigidly, arms crossed, glaring at the dance instructor.
Let me get this straight. You expect me to dance with him?
She jerks a thumb towards Seo Jin, who looks equally appalled.
I'd rather face an entire army alone.
A dance is about balance, grace, and harmony. If you two can talk to each other without biting, you can surely manage a few coordinated steps.
This is going to be very entertaining.
The musicians begin playing a soft, elegant melody. Ha-yoon and Seo-jin hesitantly step onto the floor, eyeing each other like opponents in a duel.
Now, Lord Seo-jin, place your hand on Lady Ha-yoon's waist.
Seo-jin hesitates, looking like he'd rather touch a wild animal. Ha-yoon stiffens as his hand hovers awkwardly.
Is this necessary?
Yes, and Lady Ha-yoon, place your hand on his shoulder.
Ha-yoon mutters something under her breath, but places her hand on his shoulder as instructed. Their postures are as stiff as palace pillars.
This is not a duel, loosen up.
The music resumes, and they begin the first steps until Seo-jin suddenly steps on Ha-yoon's foot.
Are you trying to kill me?
You were moving too slowly.
Oh, forgive me, your majesty of the dance floor.
You two are hopeless. Again.
They try once more. This time, Ha-yoon stumbles, grabbing onto Seo-jin's robe to steady herself. In the process, she pulls him forward, and suddenly, they're much closer than intended. Their faces are mere inches apart. The world around them goes silent. Seo-jin stares at Ha-yoon, momentarily caught off guard. Ha-yoon's breath catches her hand, still clutching his sleeve.
I swear, if they kiss right now, I'll triple your salary.
But instead of a romantic moment, disaster strikes Seo-jin. Distracted, loses his balance, causing them both to fall backward. There's a loud thud as they hit the floor, tangled in a heap of silk robes and frustration.
Ah yes, flawless execution.
Seo-jin groans, rubbing his head. Ha-yoon, mortified, scrambles to sit up, her face bright red.
I hate you.
The feeling is mutual.
At this rate, the royal summit will end in war, not diplomacy.
The royal banquet hall, draped in crimson and gold silks, filled with tables set for dignitaries, foreign envoys, and Goryeo officials. Lanterns glow softly, and palace musicians tune their instruments in the corner. Lady Ha-yoon and Lord Seo-jin, fresh from their clumsy dance rehearsal, have been tasked with overseeing the final banquet preparations. Unfortunately, neither is in the mood to cooperate. Ha-yoon inspects the main table, adjusting centerpieces with military precision. Seo-jin stands beside the chef, arms crossed, frowning at a roasted duck like it personally offended him.
This duck looks burnt.
It's Goryeo-style smoke glaze, my lord.
Did you just insult the palace chef's signature dish?
Only because it looks like it was attacked by a fire demon.
The chef gasps. Ha-yoon shoots Seo-jin a glare, then smoothly turns to the chef with a tight smile.
Chef Yu, please prepare a second duck. A less dramatically smoked version, just in case.
The chef bows in thanks and hurries off. Ha-yoon turns to Seo-jin, her smile instantly dropping.
Do you always manage to offend someone within 5 seconds?
It's a talent. Unlike your ability to speak diplomatically while stabbing people with your words.
Suddenly, a servant rushes in, panicked.
My lady, my lord, the envoy from the west just arrived with an allergic reaction to lotus root.
They both freeze. Ha-yoon gasps. Seo-jin's jaw drops.
Half the dishes include lotus root.
And the dishes are already being plated.
Without a word, they both bolt into action. The camera follows them in comedic split screen, Ha-yoon running toward the kitchens, Seo-jin heading to the main hall shouting orders.
No lotus root. Replace it with pickled ginseng, and someone find a new soup, now.
She grabs a ladle and begins stirring the soup herself, sleeves tied back, hair frizzing from the heat. Servants rush around in panic.
Change the labels on the dishes. Remove any plates with lotus root immediately. And where's the envoy seated? Move him farther from the incense burner.
He dodges a falling tray, catches it smoothly, and hands it back without blinking. The music starts, the envoys enter. The hall looks perfect. Ha-yoon and Seo-jin stand on either side of the room, panting, flushed, but triumphant. The Western envoy lifts a spoon of soup. Ha-yoon and Seo-jin freeze, watching nervously. He sips it, smiles, and nods approvingly. They exhale at the same time.
Well done, children. You didn't burn down the palace. I'm so proud.
We did what was necessary.
And we didn't kill each other. Miraculous.
Their eyes meet. There's a brief, awkward pause. Just long enough for a flicker of unspoken admiration. Until...
My lady, the Eastern envoy is highly allergic to ginseng.
What?
As they both sprint toward the kitchen again.